Joined by Louisiana Tech head coach Mark Montgomery. And Mark, let's talk a little bit about this weekend's opening tournament. 6 teams in here, 4 days, 15 games, so a lot of softball for Louisiana Tech fans to watch. I guess first and foremost, talk a little bit about the field.
Well, I think it's a diverse field, and we have a lot of talent. Missouri State out of the Missouri Valley Conference is perennial power out of there. They're down here, and they've got just a great team year in and year out. So I expect them to be one of the top competition teams that's down here. You've got University of Louisiana Monroe, so nothing like inviting a rivalry game in for a tournament. But we open with them on Thursday, and they, under a new head coach, I think are going to really do some good things. They've always been kind of middle to bottom of the Sun Belt, but I expect them to take some massive step forwards with their new coach. They had a great team last year. They won, surprised a lot of people, but I think they'll move up another big step this year. We have University of Arkansas Pine Bluff out of the SWAC, and we have you put me on
Southern Illinois of Edwardsville, and Abilene Christian.
Yeah, Southern Illinois Edwardsville won the Ohio Valley Conference last year, so extremely good team. Before they transitioned to Division I, they actually have a Division II national title on their hands less than probably 7 or 8 years ago. So Sandy Montgomery up there does a fantastic job, and they're probably the most traditional team that we play in terms of they'll bunt, they'll sacrifice runners over, they play a real traditional type set, but they always have great pitching. So that one's going to be a really tough contest for us. They've got a great lefty that throws, and it's going to be everything we can do to handle her. And then Abilene Christian is transitioning to the Division I level, but they've always been a power in Division II, and they're making their debut in the Southland Conference as a full counter, and will be eligible for postseason, I think, another year from now, or maybe 2. But Bobby Reeves used to coach at Texas Tech, and Texas State's there, and he'll certainly get that program going real quickly.
Well, I know one of the benefits to these early season tournaments is you get to see a lot of different styles and a lot of different pitching.
Well, and it does. It makes you make adjustments quickly within a weekend, which is what you're going to want to do when you get into conference play within a game. Right, so all of a sudden when a conference team changes a pitcher on you, you need to make adjustments immediately, not wait 2 or 3 innings. So by playing these different games and seeing the different caliber of pitchers, the caliber of teams, the types of hitters, it's going to keep you on your toes, and it's going to constantly prepare you for what you want later on in the year.
What do you hope to see out of your team this weekend?
To compete. I just want to see them fight, and they do that. So I fully expect it to happen, but it'll be interesting to see. Do we get knocked down? If we do, how do we get back up? And how long does it take us to get back up? And if we do get out in front and we win 2 or 3 games in a row, how do we respond? Do we try to kick it in cruise control, or are we still very wary of the opposition and how we're playing? So I think all of that will be what we're looking for, and it just is kind of learning who needs to be where at what times and how this program responds and plays.
How do you, you've the first 4 weekends, you've got home tournaments. In the past, it's been mostly road games for Louisiana Tech. I guess your philosophy on playing so many home games in February?
Well, it's tough on our support staff, obviously, but, the truth is, for the girls to be able to stay in their own beds, teams from the north want to come down and play, so why not play here? It allows us to stick to a better routine and to really evaluate a lot of different players in a lot of different situations without having to spend the time on the road. And I really feel like it'll set us up for success later in the season. And I also think it's great for the fans of the North Louisiana area to see some good softball, because it is played, and we have a really good team right here in Ruston. And I think if they come out and watch a game, they'll want to come back. And that's what we want too, is we want those crowds to be great when the temperatures get even warmer and people are more excited about softball, to be out there, rooting us on.
The Lady Techsters open the season this Thursday at home, 3 o'clock against Louisiana Monroe. For a complete listing of this weekend's schedule, just go to latexsports.com.